Hi, sisters!
Welcome back, everybody! Where we last left off in this James Charles, Jeff Wittek saga, Jeff was carrying James away in his arms, promising him date nights, oil rubs, pretty much anything so that he can get James sitting in his barbershop chair. Now, do I believe Jeff is bi-curious? No. I mean, he could be, but I don't believe it. Okay, let's all gather around to watch and see what happened the second time Jeff made the trip to James's house to film a YouTube video. And let's also take note of why James was so sure Jeff was the one. And again, I just want to remind everybody, this series takes place before the allegations about James Charles and minors. So just to make it clear, we're not going to be speaking about that in this video. That will be saved for another video.
James Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys can see, I have a very, very special guest for today's brand new video.
Man, what are we doing?
Well, Jeff, you are doing exactly what you said you were going to do. A date night with James. Hope you remembered to bring the oil.
Here, what's the title of this video?
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, James.
For today's video, if you guys saw my video a few weeks ago with the vlog squad, Jeff was there and made a cute little cameo moment. And after our little collab, pretty much every single comment on the video was about our relationship.
David's stupid haircut. Oh, our relationship.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's true. My whole life has become James Charles. My entire tag photos has all been taken over by the sisters shipping us.
But why, Jeff? Why have the sisters taken over your channel? It's only because you gave them ammo by seducing their brother James.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it. It's really good. Forced us into a relationship and now we're here for this video today.
Yeah.
Okay, he's laughing, right? That honestly looks like a believable laugh. But Jeff also looked believable doing this. Remember rubbing James up and down? And we know that was false. So I don't believe him smiling now and saying that it's great. No, this is acting right here. And James has zero self-awareness because he thinks it is great that his young fans are pestering Jeff to hook up with him. Like really, James, get your head out of the clouds.
Clear this up, because I got a lot of hate at one point. You broke down crying in a hotel room in London or something.
Yeah.
And then everybody says, it's Jeff. First of all, we met one time doing the video, and then all of a sudden I'm the guy that broke your heart in London.
Well,
I've never even been to London.
It was not Jeff.
So notice that Jeff wants to make it clear to everyone, with James confirming that they only met in person one time. But Jeff, if people thought otherwise, it would be because of this. All I'm saying is don't get so self-righteous now because you were the one who started this entire thing.
And all of a sudden I'm the guy that broke your heart in London.
Well,
I've never.
Notice that James snuck in? Well, you were? Okay.
I'm getting backlash. Jeff would have canceled for nothing.
I mean, you could have been there for me.
But James, James, clear this up first.
You could have been there for me. I needed your help. Y'all, James is killing me right now.
Jeff is a straight man.
Okay, so I think other than getting James into his barbershop chair, the only reason why Jeff went on James's channel again was just to clear his name. But here's the thing. Zane and Matt of the Vlog Squad both hung out with James and didn't have to go on a tour afterwards telling the world they are in fact straight. No, I only see you doing that, Jeff. Why? What's the difference? You tell me.
This is true. Jeff is a straight man.
Yes, James looks sincere as if he really believes Jeff is straight. But James can't really be sincere because James is still flirting with Jeff.
We're good friends now.
Yes, this is true. Do you want to share your Valentine's Day text that you sent me? I was going to bring that up later on in the video, but we can just...
What did I say?
drop it right now.
What did I say? I forget. Say it.
You texted me late Valentine's Day and said, Happy Valentine's Day, beautiful.
This is on you, Jeff. This is on you because James was minding his own business on Valentine's Day at a restaurant trying to hook up with a bi-curious waiter.
And he was looking at me. Later on that night, he started talking to the other employees about me, asking me if I had a Valentine. This was on Valentine's Day, where he especially thought that I was very attractive and he wanted to get my phone number and all that.
And you, Jeff, went and sent him a text. Okay, so all I'm saying is I wouldn't fault 19-year-old James for thinking that a 29-year-old Jeff was interested. Jeff, you were giving him all the signs by actions and now verbally.
Oh, well, that's just me being friendly. I send that to David and all my tough guy friends in prison.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But David and your prison friends, I'm assuming, are straight. So it's not the same thing, Jeff, and I wouldn't be surprised it confused James. Like, James totally is not believing you right now.
For today's video, Daddy Jeff is here, and we're teaming up because Jeff is going to do my makeup, and I pulled a bunch of questions from the boyfriend tag, and we are going to ask each other the questions and figure out if maybe one day we would be compatible.
Okay, deal.
So James is asking Jeff these questions because he wants to see if they're compatible. But he's crushing so hard on Jeff, anything Jeff says will make James think, yes, we're a match.
But whatever, I don't know how to cut hair, and I make videos on cutting hair, so how hard can it be to do makeup?
Yeah, if you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, we wash it off.
This is so
You can't
true.
do that with hair.
That's true, you can't. That's why I didn't get a haircut from you.
Oh, that's why, huh? Unleash your inner artist. It's my favorite part.
Okay.
Let's jump into it.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I learned in the video, your first one, you rub some primer on.
Yes.
Do I rub that on your face?
Yes, please.
Is that what you do professionally?
Yes.
You don't tell them you put this on?
No.
Okay. You just rub this on?
Yeah, please touch me all over.
Okay. Just two dudes doing each other's makeup?
Uh-huh.
Now am I gonna talk my way out of this one? Okay, that's on there pretty good. Now what do I do with the hands? Just it's lotion, right?
Just use them for later. You were the one that in the last video requested lotion for a full body massage.
Do you have any like oils? Maybe we could do like a full body massage here. You wanna just do
we
that?
can definitely find one.
Okay, you're right, I did.
You
I
did.
I got a dry sense of humor. Come off very sarcastic. You don't know when I'm joking or not. Neither do I. Do you want to give me a little like walkthrough here?
Okay, yeah, so your next step is gonna be foundation.
Okay, this is the worn this way.
You can put it on like the back of your hand.
Okay, the back.
Yeah.
Teach me those little tricks like that.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, got you.
This we basically just rub all over your face, right?
Yeah, you pounce it in.
Start on the forehead, right?
Sure.
Oh man, this is like paint.
It is. You're an artiste today. Paint you like a French girl.
Why didn't you just ask me to give you a haircut?
Because you're not very good at it.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
I'm much better at haircuts than makeup.
Coachella's in 2 days from now. I cannot have a botched haircut for Coachella.
I would never botch your hair. I never have in my life. I've never messed somebody's hair up.
That's a total lie. You have video documentation on your YouTube channel.
You know what? I'm gonna take those down because those are jokes and it's affecting my business.
Yeah, clearly.
And I had like my ex be like, oh, you flirted with him in that video. I know how you flirt. You used to flirt with me.
You did flirt with me in that video.
I'm just being sarcastic though.
No.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm being nice and like I'm like joking around, but I don't want to mess with anybody's heads here, you know?
This is true. I called you out on Valentine's Day after you said that to me.
How do you get into the hair? You just kind of blend it?
Just blend it, yeah. What are 3 qualities that you would look for in a long-term relationship?
That's a good question. You gotta have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
This is where Jeff went wrong. James thinks he's funny.
You tell me I'm funny to every single DM I send you.
Yeah, okay, second one, you have to be a woman because
I'm a woman.
See what I mean? Right there. James states he's a woman. See, there is nothing Jeff can say that will steer James in the other direction. And it doesn't help that Jeff is still leading James on.
You just gotta have some sort of ambition in life, you know, like you gotta
I
want
have
to do
ambition.
things.
He's not lying. James is a go-getter. He's gonna go and get Jeff.
You do.
I'm famous.
You got 2 out of 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's evident that Jeff is not listening. No, Jeff. James got 3 out of 3. Did you not just hear him declare himself a woman? You're not off the hook yet, Jeff.
I watched the first video. What were you doing with your eyebrows back then?
Stop!
You were just taking a Sharpie and
I know,
just
they
throwing
were
them on?
bad.
You remember in 2nd grade when little Billy would tease you because he likes you? Right now, James is acting like Jeff is teasing him because he likes him.
What's your 3 qualities you look for in a partner?
I would say my biggest one is also a sense of humor. I would say my number 2 would be understanding is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Just because the life that I live is strange and I need someone who not gets it but
Common
is willing
sense.
to
A lot of
learn.
common sense, yeah.
And then my third would be like,
said-
I'll be a hot barber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so I can get my hair cut all the time, you know?
I know one. Your barber.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lesbian and has a wife. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a taste of my own medicine
Yeah,
there.
looks like on to the second one with Jeff Wittek.
That's next.
Concealer.
Okay. Concealer you just glob on.
Yes.
Mix it around there. Good. Give it a shake.
Jeff, where did we first meet? Question 2, boyfriend time.
Here, right? We met on FaceTime.
We did meet on FaceTime for the first time.
Yeah. And then we met here in this room.
Yeah, we did. Where all the magic happened.
And we've never left
And we-
since. He's had me chained up in here. Please help if you see this. Smash like. 2 million likes and they'll release me.
And as you see right here, they're only at 500,000 likes. So my friends, Jeff is still chained to the basement. I guess James fans don't mind Jeff being tortured.
Okay, blend it back in.
Yeah, I think I slid into your DMs for the first time.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Should we find out?
Sure.
I DM'd you first.
All right, let's get into some history here. This video was shot in April 2019, and a couple of months before this, James was talking to Gage Gomez, another straight guy, which only means James makes sure to cast a wide net, so he was flirting with a bunch of people. But I love how James is putting Jeff DMs on blast. You didn't even know you were getting set up, Jeff. James is putting it on record how you were coming on to him. He wants the world to know that he's not crazy. You were coming on to him.
On January 19th at 1:19 p.m. and said, can you marry me and cut my hair every other week, Dad?
What did I say?
You said, of course. And then,
So we do see that James contacted Jeff first, but I believe Jeff responded again because he wanted James on his channel. But it was clear that this exchange was flirtatious. Go right at the very beginning. Now I do notice there was a cut in this moment, but Jeff is right there saying, of course, he'd marry James just to cut his hair every day.
and said, can you marry me and cut my hair every other week, Dad?
What did I say?
You said, of course. And then,
Jeff has no limit to his clout chasing.
should we read through our DMs?
I mean, yeah.
Do you want to know my favorite line from
What?
this? Well, I DM'd you and said, wow, you're so hot. And then I replied to you again and you said, wow, you look so good. And you said, OMG, so do you. I said,
I said OMFG.
so do you.
Okay.
Yes, Jeff, you said that you were fully involved in this flirtatious exchange. See now right here, I'm going to show you all an example of the other straight men that James DM'd that rejected James, and James accepted it and moved on.
And in the past, whenever I have found a guy cute on Instagram or on social media, I have slid in the DMs with a simple hello or a nice compliment. If anybody ever made it clear that they were not interested or were not gay and didn't want to talk, I always apologized for the unwanted attention, and the conversation was put to a halt immediately.
And yet you see in Jeff's situation, he went along with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd be the first person to look at the situation and pick out where James is in the wrong, knowing that Jeff is a peer on YouTube, shouldn't have approached the situation in such a flirtatious manner. I'd be the first to say James was wrong. But let me show you this right here. This is a clip of Jeff on his old podcast with Jason and Todd of the Vlog Squad. And again, this is after the first set of allegations of James hitting on straight men came out. Listen to what Jeff had to say.
What were you saying about James Charles?
Okay,
how
so the James Charles stuff, man. What are the biggest things that he's being dragged down for right now? It's for using his fame and money to convince straight guys to have sex with him, or something like that.
I guess. Well, how much money did he have to give you to have sex with him?
Come on, Todd. This is a touchy subject for your sarcasm. I don't know James that well. I've only met him through like doing the videos and maybe like 2 other times like at Coachella and stuff like that. He was really nice, and you know, he said some things that were like a little flirty, and I was like, hey man, not gay. Let's move on. And then he was like, okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Let's do a video, and we talked about it in the video. And that was the end of the story. So people saying that like, oh, he's using his fame and power to manipulate people to have sex with him. You just say no, and then it's over with. What's the big deal? Why is he like having a big cancel party? I don't get it. It was fine. Like, you just got to speak up for yourself. If you feel like you're in a situation where somebody is trying to manipulate you to do something, just speak up, or ask one of your friends. Ask somebody that you think is smarter.
So you see, Jeff had little to no sympathy for others that James put in similar situations. Therefore, I contend that Jeff knows what he's doing by flirting with James. Jeff is not a victim in this case. Let's continue.
I sent back the gasp emoji and then you said LOL within the cute little emoji.
I'm not good at taking compliments.
No, I can tell. And then you asked me what I was doing. I said, just finished my makeup, sent you a selfie. And you said, can you do my makeup and I'll give you a haircut? I said, yeah, I guess.
Jeff went in for the kill in their DMs after he flirted with James. His proposal was for him to go on James's channel and for James to return the favor and go on his channel. I wonder how that worked out.
I said, I hate putting hot guys in makeup.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Smart. I wouldn't want to be in it, but I was just trying to make conversation.
And then you said, favorite line, here we go. LOL, I probably wouldn't like it, but I'll try anything once. Haha, almost everything.
Almost.
You see how Jeff is acting all coy now when he was with it in the DMs? James totally put Jeff on blast. Jeff will do anything to grow his channel. Anything. And guess what, Jeff? James will make sure you do anything. And again, might I remind everyone how Zayn was able to get James on his channel.
So yeah, he's gonna turn me to my face soon, and we're just gonna talk about the entire time. I'm really excited. I feel like I'm filming with a Kardashian right now. I told him that we're on our way here. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna crumble in front of the camera. I'm surprised you answered my DM about the idea.
I was so excited for it. Well, first of all, whoever faced in that picture did a really good job.
Olivia O'Brien, there's your shout out.
No flirting necessary. Jeff, this is the life you chose. So let's see where it leads.
And I said, oh wow, I love that message. I love trying lots of things. One of my favorite pastimes is trying new things.
Have you ever hooked up with a girl?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like made out, but like.
Was this before that you realized that you were gay?
Before and after.
Oh, so you went back for fun?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever hooked up with a guy before?
No.
You should try it sometime.
No, I can't.
Jeff, you walked right into that one.
Then I said, I'm just bad at only flirting with straight guys who are interested. And he said, no, you're doing great.
So after all this, I didn't know much about you at this point. I was
Yeah.
just joking around and stuff. But you told me that you have turned out straight guys. Elaborate on that, because you are a famous celebrity and you do live
Thanks, Jeff.
you do live in Hollywood.
Yes.
Where there is a lot of guys that will be clout chasers is the new term
Yeah.
that we're using.
Yeah, that's you, Jeff. You can relate.
So, do you think it was somebody that was maybe looking for something in return from you?
Jeff knows because that's exactly what he's doing now with James, looking for something in return. This is where he finds out that he is in way over his head with James.
Do you want my honest answer?
Possibility. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about it. In science, in regards to like LGBTQ people, there's what's called the Kinsey scale. So the Kinsey scale is from like 0 to 6, 0 being like completely straight,
Yeah.
and 6 being like completely gay.
Okay.
And I truly believe that the amount of people that are a flat out 0 or a flat out 6 is like very, very small. I think that most people are very close to the ends, but there's a huge percentage in the middle too. If I had to put myself on it, I would put myself at like a 5.5.
So you're not even full gay.
I mean, no, there have been girls in the past that I've like thought were really, really beautiful. There's also been like trans guys in the past too that I would like really, really into for a moment in time.
Jeff totally missed what James was saying. You see him nodding off there? He's not even paying attention. He took it as, wow, James, you can be attracted to some women? Instead of saying, wow, James, by that scale, if you're a 5, I'm definitely a 0, as in super straight. He totally missed what James was saying. I believe James completely believes this theory because that's how he acts. He slides into straight men's DMs with no issue because deep down he believed there's a greater chance that they would be down to experiment with him. What Jeff didn't realize was by him flirting back with James, he was only proving James's theory right to James.
That's crazy, because I grew up in Staten Island where it was like, and I'm a couple years older than you, so
Yeah.
my group of friends growing up, everybody was going for that same like tough guy,
Yeah.
straight guy image, and I didn't have any gay friends, so it wasn't until I moved out that like I finally started meeting gay guys and working with them in like barbershops or salons,
Right.
and just like really having a relationship where like you get to talk to them about more than just the same bullshit.
100%,
you know?
yeah. So like for me, for example, like I am a guy, I identify as a guy, but I still call myself a woman all the time, like,
Yeah.
as a joke and stuff. But like I do drag every once in a while. I have full nails. I have hair on occasionally.
Yeah.
So it's like for a lot of people, like they'll see me as someone who's just pretty, as opposed to being like a man, which is fine. Like that's how I like to see myself as too. It's just someone who's like a pretty human
Person.
being. Yeah. So like a lot of people are willing to look past that and experiment and see like if they'd be into it, just because it's something that they've either always wondered or they're into me as a person. And I think that's super, super cool.
And here James is drilling it home to Jeff that he is willing to dress feminine for him to help him ease into experimentation. Jeff, why are you not paying attention?
And unfortunately that a lot of times leads to a hookup or like making out or hanging out, and then the next day they're like regretting it, never talking to me again. Or there's internalized homophobia that has been built up so long that led to them wanting to experiment in the first place, but then once they do it, they're like, ew, gross, and then I'll start getting all sorts of death threats and angry messages from them the next day.
After you guys hook up.
After. Or
Oh, shit.
it'll be like a repetitive thing where it's like, hey, let's keep doing this on the DL. It's a very, very strange world, but it's like you know what you're kind of getting into when you're behind the scenes.
See the thing with James, he's aware of all the dangers that can arise with hooking up with straight men who are experimenting, but he's still willing to take the risk, or he was in 2019. Now, James has since stated he no longer likes straight men, but masculine men.
Like I had that whole thing with straight guys for a long time. I'm over that, but a lot of the guys that I'm attracted to happen to be like bi or whatever.
Are you no more,
Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Feminine or masculine guys?
Masculine guys, a
Really?
million percent. I'm not into feminine guys like at all.
Really?
Yeah.
But again, this is how he was thinking in 2019.
But I truly do feel like there's like a spectrum and everybody falls on it at some point. And like, especially right now too, like in the world, I feel like there's a major emphasis on like labels. And for me personally, like I do think labels are really, really important because it obviously spreads awareness. People can be educated, and also like young kids that don't feel welcome can be a part of something and can label themselves. But at the same time too, I also think like putting a label on something, especially as serious as sexuality, before you're fully understanding what it is, can be really, really toxic.
I'm picturing the memes that are gonna be made from the zoom in to me. Like, what am I thinking in my head right
Taking
now?
it all in.
I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
No, you don't. Because if you got it, you would have stopped the flirting. So let's see what he does.
And it
I
makes
think
a lot
it's
of
just
sense.
like you should be able to experiment and like test out different things and talk to different people as like long as there's some sort of attraction there, whether it be to their personality, to their image, even to
Yeah.
them sexually too. And like it doesn't necessarily need to be something that you have to put a label on.
James is hoping that Jeff is attracted to his image, his sexuality, or his personality. The only thing is, James, you have a horrible personality. Let me tell you why. You see the way you were just talking to Jeff, blah, 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 blah? You do that a lot. You're so smart, and I do believe James is intelligent. You think everything you say is interesting, and it just isn't. Mostly because you love to drone on about how incredible you are.
Why?
Okay, so the thing is for me, I'm 21, but like I said, I have the mentality of a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
So for me, like I'm much more mentally and emotionally mature than a lot of people my age. The other thing, besides horror movies, I love doing escape rooms because they're so fun. Have you done them before?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just love them because like they're working all day long at the makeup industry. It can be a little bit tiring, and some of the people in it are not the smartest. So it's gonna come off really obnoxious. I was like really challenging myself, and like I like making my brain work very, very hard. And sometimes throughout the day,
I don't like to do that.
with some of the people things that go on in the beauty industry, it's like just constant like, oh my god, I can't even believe this
Yeah.
is happening type of moment. Some days after a really stressful day, I like going into a more high stress situation like an escape room. Like I like challenging myself always, like all the time.
Interesting.
It says a lot when you are a good-looking, successful, rich guy who is actively seeking a partner and still there are literally no takers. Let's continue.
How do you deal with homophobic comments?
I don't care.
The one thing I like about James, I think there's something to say for someone who can just be themselves and not care what anyone else thinks of them. Now, if it weren't for the underage scandal, I'd have no problem with him, you know? If it wasn't for that, James, if it wasn't for that.
You don't start, you never did? Or
No.
Did you like grow out of that? Oh, is this the one where I brush on the highlight?
No, this is where you contour my face.
Okay, this is where the video, I didn't get to see the rest of it.
Did you get bored like 2 minutes in?
They were long videos.
Jeff!
Dude. He posts like 40-minute videos. So this goes around the bones.
Yeah, like right
Okay.
here to like make it look nice and chiseled.
Okay, I went a little overboard on that side.
Oh, Jeff, pounce it in, pat it in. Yeah. I have a question for you, Jeff. Speaking in like relation to what you just asked me.
Yeah.
Because like after our video that we did together, there were a lot of people commenting, be like, "Wow, James and Jeff's like interaction was so cool. Jeff is so comfortable with himself." Like I knew you were straight, obviously, but like looking back, like it was really cool to watch, and like it was funny too, because I feel like a lot of guys aren't comfortable enough with themselves to be able to make those type of jokes. How was that reaction for you?
The fan reaction was mostly positive. Sometimes in person, people will come up to me that I don't know and they joke around with my sense of humor. And they'll come up to me and be like, "Oh, where's your boyfriend at?" or something like that. I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" at first? But then I get it. They're your fans and stuff like that. And they just know that I joke around a lot.
Yeah.
They want to make that first impression memorable to me.
Jeff, I hate to break it to you, but they weren't joking. They were taking you serious, Jeff. And they weren't all James fans. Let me tell you that right now. It's whoever watched that video thought that way. Even your friends were pairing you two together.
There's like someone I ship you with, but like, I don't know. I ship you with Jeff so hard.
Most people don't go pairing a straight guy to a gay guy seriously. They did it to you two and not James and David, or James and Zane, or James and Matt, or James and Jonah, or James and that other guy's name that I can't remember right now. It was only you two because your attraction seemed mutual. Like, it's so annoying when creators blame fans for responding appropriately to the material they upload onto YouTube. Jeff, don't blame the fans for what they actually watched, okay? They got out of it what you put into it. There was no leaping to conclusions. No, you two were acting like you were into each other. And if I'm watching, that's what I'm gonna think.
Yeah, so it was interesting. I'm getting used to it, but I'm always growing and trying to learn as a person. But I did see on Twitter some really positive tweets, and that was really cool to see that people could kind of move past that toxic masculinity. If I could have my audience and kind of do something positive, then I think that'd be pretty cool that we have that effect on Twitter, at least. You know,
we're a good duo.
Or YouTube. Yeah, so let's keep it up. We're changing the world.
Jeff has to continue to butter up James just so that he can complete his mission and get James on his channel.
Down, Jeff.
Nice. I think we're pretty good on this, though. I'm ready to move to the next step.
Okay.
I thought you were just gonna pull out a Sharpie.
No. Okay.
So kind of what happens in barbering, you stretch the skin out. That's what you do with this too, right?
Yeah.
I'm a natural.
You're so famous, Jeff.
Start my own makeup channel.
You should.
Oh, well, look at this. This is available right now.
It is. Sisters-apparel.com.
I love how James is just using Jeff all the way up and through his channel. James even got Jeff promoting his merch. This better be worth it, Jeff. This better be worth it.
Would you like to use the iconic James Charles X Morphe palette?
Oh, wow, yeah. About time a James Charles product comes out here.
It's the only one I have.
Is it?
Yes.
How come every time I hear somebody talking about James Charles, they're like, "Oh, this thing's sold out in minutes"?
Because it is.
But this is what it is. This is the James Charles. Oh, look at this thing. All right, now I'm looking at this. I have no idea what's going on. There's so many different colors. This is harder than I thought.
No, it's not.
Let's do last year's Coachella look.
Oh, God, okay.
This is crazy.
What was your first impression of me?
James is brilliant the way he set up Jeff to do a boyfriend challenge. Bravo, James. Bravo.
Very funny and like good at delegating responsibility to everybody and kind of organizing a shoot.
Thank you. Funny and organized are two great qualities.
Oh, isn't it a couple of things Jeff looks for in a partner?
You gotta have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
Don't think James isn't making the connection, y'all.
Do me now. What was your first impression of me?
My first impression was that you were insanely hot. People know me for making like jokes at hot guys and stuff, but I was not ready for you to start making them back at me. So I was shook.
So let's all just get into James's mindset. He was dealing with a bunch of men around his age at this time who were all iffing and butting about getting into a relationship with him. And here comes Jeff, an older, more secure in himself guy, giving back to James as good as he was getting. This is what fueled the fantasies in James's mind.
That looks nothing like that.
Oh, Jeff. The next question is, could you tell that your significant other liked you?
I mean, yeah.
What is your favorite thing your significant other has ever said to you?
I mean, probably just that, like, you thought my videos are funny. Because, like, you give me the compliments about, like, being good looking. I don't know how to take those. What was your favorite thing I've ever said to you?
Probably the Valentine's Day
Okay.
text.
I don't want to. I can't do this, man. It was a joke.
It wasn't a joke.
Let's be clear, y'all. James is telling us the truth as he sees it. You see how he even titled this whole episode, The Truth? Never mind all the times in the past that he stated Jeff is straight. He is now saying he thinks Jeff is at the very least looking to explore.
It was just a friendly text. I sent it to all my guy friends.
I don't think you did.
There, you're right. Next question.
See right there?
There, you're right.
Jeff only agreeing with James as a joke, but he's only confirming what James already thinks because James is not taking it as a joke. James is taking it seriously.
Okay, good to
Alright,
know.
stay still. We gotta do the other
Okay,
side.
sorry.
It's not done yet. It's almost there.
How did you do one eye literally perfect and you can't get the other one even?
You know,
This is why I'm not getting a haircut from you.
I got overly confident. It's
Yeah.
not the same at all.
Yeah, it is.
You're right. It is.
Oh no, that's Jeff's deepest fear, that he would have done all of this flirting for nothing.
Next, you want to do the highlighter.
Sure.
Did I get it right?
Sure.
Highlighter is to highlight your bone structure.
Yes.
So we're gonna highlight the areas where the light would hit you.
Yes.
You want to do a little tap?
Yeah. Where do you think you're gonna put it?
I think here, right?
If we got married, who would win in an argument?
I always let the significant other win.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm winning, 100%.
Yeah, I just don't even bother.
Great. We're meant to be.
Well, what's next?
Would you like to put a lipstick on so you can really taste something
Wow.
nice at our date?
I don't like lipstick, man.
Oh, easier to make out with without it.
Yeah, it's just like
This is true.
it's just like all this stuff on your face and you go to kiss. It's just something in the way that's gonna get on me now, and I'm not a fan of lipstick.
Never wearing lipstick again. Describe to me like your dream date.
Oh, I like iPick.
Yeah, the movie theater.
Yeah.
Super fun. It's a movie theater out here in LA where you can like, it's like lounge chairs, but like you can like
Recliners all the
recline.
way. You could fully sleep if you want. There's a pillow, blanket.
And then you
a
get to
waiter
order
comes out,
food.
brings you whatever you want. You could order candy from the waiter. It's not just regular food.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
What is your dream date?
I would say I love a good movie. Like a good horror movie premiere would be amazing. I do love escape rooms. That's like my favorite thing to do in the entire world.
Not the biggest fan of escape rooms.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like how they treat you in there. It kind of reminds me of.
Prison?
I'd rather probably
Oh
do
my
something else. Yeah, that's not my favorite thing to do.
Oh my
Vulnerably put myself in those situations.
Of course, of course.
Check it out.
Are you ready for our date, Jeff?
This was it, I thought.
Did you catch that? Jeff thought the YouTube video was the date, and James made it clear. The oils are ready and waiting in the other room.
Jeff,
Think
this
like-
wing lighter is so good.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Well, I think this is the finished look from Daddy Jeff.
Let me know what you
My
think.
beautiful
I'm reading through
boyfriend,
every
all
comment.
complete. You're so annoying. Thank you, Jeff, so much for coming on my channel today and
Thank
doing
you for
my
having
makeup.
me. It's good to be here. I learned a lot, and I'm going to carry this knowledge on for the rest of my life. Not just about makeup, about life. And
Yeah.
thank you, James. You taught me so much. My mind is opened,
That's good.
and I'm going to be thinking about this for the whole day.
We see Jeff initiated the hug, talks about how open his mind has become, and James is going like, wow, this is going way better than the other straight guys I tried to coerce into a relationship. But even though Jeff is talking about how much he's changed, his face says it all. It's saying, I'm over it.
I'm definitely open as well. If you sisters enjoyed this video today, please don't forget to...
Yes, Jeff, yes, Jeff, yes, Jeff. All your efforts have been rewarded. So now let's go and see what happened when James returned the favor and paid Jeff a visit on the barbershop. Oh, that's right, it never happened. Why? Well, pretty boy Jeff learned what a lot of us already know. When you play with the emotions of someone who's infatuated by you and they find out, that infatuation quickly turns into resentment. Yeah, Jeff did all of that for an empty barbershop chair. Well, lesson learned. All right, y'all, let's get busy in the comments below.
Incredible,
Thank you.
beautiful future husband, Jeff. We love you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Please let me out of here.